All right, I want to take just a minute to explain why I think you should be blogging every single day. The main reason really is this first bullet here, is to learn from your own life and become more self-aware. Um, I've come across some people that seem to have great, well-reasoned thoughts on a variety of topics, and they owe it to this practice. If you ask them any question, they'll say, well, I have 3 thoughts on that. And they'll walk through them clearly and succinctly. Folks like Seth Godin and many others, some in our personal life, just different people that have been writing every day for a number of years and have developed these great thoughts. And that's the kind of person I want to be. I think a lot of us want to be. Have great, well-rounded opinions on a variety of topics, and writing about it every day forces that. We'll talk a bit more about that in a sec here. Another reason is the filter bubble and crazy algorithms on social media. They're making social media a very strange place. If you blog and people subscribe to it, they get every one of your posts every time. They can choose whether to read it or not, to think it's good or not, but there won't be some algorithm deciding for them or for you. Now, granted, you can still use social media to share your posts, and most of you probably should and will, but you own them. You can't really easily export all your stuff from Facebook, at least not in a way that's usable. But if you set up your blog correctly, especially on a custom domain name, it's yours. You can download it, save it on your hard drive, save it on a thumb drive. Like, your stuff is yours. It doesn't belong to anyone else, and you can move it, do whatever you want to do to make sure it's out there. And again, algorithms won't get in the way of people that subscribe. If they subscribe to your blog via RSS or via email or any of those ways, they get every post every time, and it's great for both sides. Now, blogging is similar to journaling. I think blogging is better for a few reasons. Now, journaling is great. If you're a daily journaler, that's awesome. I've done it for a while. It can be great. But it can kind of lead to laziness of thought if you're not careful, because you can get your words out in the journal and be done. By publishing, it forces you to clarify what you're thinking and really make it sharp, to tighten up your thoughts and arguments and really make it something that you're happy to share versus just some rough ideas in a journal. It's kind of like Tiago Forte's idea of progressive summarization for your notes. He encourages you to go through your notes repeatedly, making it shorter and tighter every time, and really distilling it down to the main thought. And that's kind of what you'll do if you're blogging. You'll have your kind of rough idea, and you kind of work through it. But because others are going to see it, you're going to work through it a few more times and really make it tight and really have good ideas, which again goes back to that first point where you'll have better things to share. That's like Blaise Pascal's quote he's known for. He said, if I had more time, I would have written a shorter letter. It takes time to make it shorter, to summarize better. Blogging will force you to do that, and it'll help you get better at that too. I also liken it to taking a photo walk all the time. If you go on a photo walk with a photographer and they have a camera in hand, they see things everywhere they can take photos on that most people miss. And if you are writing all the time, you'll notice things in the world around you that other people might miss. For example, my wife and I were talking the other day about the Big Peach Running Company's return policy, and really how it's pretty solid and pretty flexible. And that led me to think, wow, I could make a post out of that. And so I started thinking about that and jotted it down. And things I wouldn't have noticed before, I notice now because I want to write about it. And now I need to think through, like, how does that return policy really affect things? Are there other companies like that? And again, helps me distill those thoughts down a lot better. As I mentioned before, though, setting a solid foundation is important. Sites like Blogger and WordPress.com are great, but leave you a bit short. In these days, with relatively little time and little money, you can set up your own blog on your own domain, on your own hosting, and just put yourself in an excellent position moving forward, where, again, you own everything. And again, you can export everything and move it elsewhere and do whatever you want to do. You're in full control of your stuff without an algorithm or some other company telling you what to do. Even if you have hosting that doesn't work out well, it's your site. You can move to different hosting. You can use different platforms. There's so much you can do if you set it up right. And again, it takes relatively little time and money these days to do that. I strongly encourage you, if you're going to spend the time to write every day, spend a little time up front to get things set up correctly. Now, while it is easier, it is still kind of tricky to do some of that. So I've set up a course. If you want to check it out, it's a one-time $79 cost at academy.minkmel.com. I call it a technical course for non-technical people. So if words like permalinks and DNS scare you, then this is the perfect course for you. To help you out a little bit there too for subscribing to my channel, or at least for watching this video, use the coupon code YouTubeVid for $30 off. You can get started right away. And it's about an hour's worth of content to walk you through buying your domain name, setting up hosting, getting them connected, getting your site set up. It'll walk you step by step all the way through everything so you can start writing in about an hour or so. And you'll be off and running in great shape, again, on your own hosting with your own domain name, and really in good shape there. Now, on the other hand, if you're already comfortable with this stuff, then great. I encourage you to just go for it. If you're not writing consistently, again, I really think you should. If you already have a blog you post regularly on, please share that link in the comments below. I'd love to check it out, see what you write about, subscribe to it probably. And if you know other folks that you think should do this, but you don't need the course, I do have a pretty generous affiliate program, a 50% affiliate for any sale you drive. So if you think you know other folks that might want this, email me at minkmel@gmail.com. I'll set you up as an affiliate, and you can make 50% of every sale you ever make. And there's people that make a lot of money on affiliate programs like this. So if you happen to know folks like that, reach out and we can connect. But either way, if you have a blog you write on, please share it in the comments below. And yeah, I hope you have a great 2021 coming up. Look forward to next year with you.